Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sairam, everyone. We have been studying the sixth Anuvaka of Chamakam, where we have seen that for every prayer, Indra is also called upon. We are seeking the presence of different forms of divine energy, which is prevalent in the world as well as within us. Each of these divine energies or powers which are present are nothing but the manifestations of Rudra. That's what we saw so far. We have covered about half the Anuvaka or so. I will continue from where we left off. So the next mantra is Marutascha ma indrascha me. Marutascha ma indrascha me. Marutascha ma indrascha me. As mentioned before, so the ma after Marutascha is actually me, but because of Sandhi, it becomes ma. This mantra is reasonably simple. There are no aspirated consonants or any difficult consonants, so it should be okay. Marutascha ma indrascha me. So the Marutascha me kalpatam will be the individual mantra called Marutascha me. Okay. If you look at the meaning of the words, Marutascha is made up of Marutaha and Cha. The Visarga actually has become Ish because of Sandhi, of joining together. So the simple mantra is Marutaha. Marutaha means wind, wind god. I think all of you must be familiar with Maruti. Sri Hanuman is called Maruti because he's the son of wind god. Maruta's son is Maruti. Okay. So this wind god is around in this world. You know, it is the Akasha, then there is Vayu. The wind is the second element in the 5 element structure. And that's nothing but divine energy which moves things around. In the space, there is nothing which moves, but in the second element, wind, everything moves. The movement and stationary aspects of this world, Chara and Achara, are because of this divine energy called wind, Maruta. And so the same wind is actually present within us also. That is the one which moves things around. The nutrition to flow everywhere, blood to flow everywhere. All that movement is governed by Maruta, because without movement, nothing in this world can function. Even today in this modern day world, they say there's disruption for supply chain. That means goods have to move from one place to another. So without movement,
Nothing in this world functions. So we are praying for that movement of everything. There's no disruption for any movement of all that things which is good needs to be distributed, spread around, taken from one place to another. So we are praying to Sri Rudra to grant that, and let that be proper also. Let it be beneficial to everyone. Marutascha kalpatam, Marutascha indrascha. So you can say Indra is, again, we have looked at it as mind, which uses Indriyas. The lord of the Indriyas, senses, is the Indra. So the mind should make sure that everything functions well. So we seek the beneficial energy of Indra also, who can help us make the mind focus on things so that things will move around and will be distributed in a beneficial way. Marutascha indrascha me. We will go to the next mantra. Vishvecha me deva indrascha me. Vishvecha me deva indrascha me. Vishvecha me deva indrascha me. There are no aspirated sounds. Consonants are all simple, so it should be a simple mantra to chant. In this mantra, Indrascha me, I think all of you know. This Deva is actually related to in Vishwe. So this Deva is actually with Visarga, it should be, because of Sandhi, the Visarga has dropped. So the mantra itself is Vishwe Devaha. Okay, but though it's Vishwe Devaha is the mantra, the Chame has been inserted within that, I think because of certain, I think energy, sound, vibrations, I guess. So Vishve Chame Deva. Vishve itself is all. If you look at the meaning Vishve, everything, entirety is Vishwam. Vishwam means that which is everything. Vishve, it means everything, Chame. But just to make sure that what is this Vishwa, all, that is Deva. Okay, Devaha means plural of Devaha. So Devaha means gods, divine beings, all divine energies, all that which emits light, all that is covered by Devaha. So Vishve Devaha means all the gods. As you can see, all this time, there have been specific deities who have been mentioned. Now that all those are mentioned, all the gods are addressed as Vishve Devaha. And so there are many energies which are present in this world. It's impossible to enumerate every single one of them. There are also considered, there are 33 devatas, there are 33 crores, and so on. So all the gods in the world are covered this. So let all the gods, Vishve Devaha Chame Kalpatam. Vishve Devaha Chame Kalpatam means, oh Vishve Chame Devaha Kalpatam, whichever way you want to say. So that means let all the gods be beneficial to us. Let all their energies, power, and help, let them come to us, is the request. Vishvechame Deva Indrashame. In this, just a small digression, I don't have the excerpt for that, but Swami says in the Vedic tradition, there are 33,000 crores gods are present and they are worshipped. The reason is this 33 crores means the entire population of this world. Every individual being is considered a Deva. Because there is some divine attribute in every single thing in this world, every single person in this world. So what we are praying for is that the beneficial tendencies in everyone, let them be given to us, granted to us. So that means whoever we interact with, let us be able to see the beneficial or divine potency in each one person. So that is what this mantra covers. Vishvecha me deva indrascha me. So in this sense, we can say we are bowing down to every single person in this world. We are bowing down to the divinity, that is devaha. See, Vishvecha me means we bow down to everyone. But the deva is a very important thing. It has been qualified or described as deva. That means we should bow down to the divinity in everyone. We should bow down to the divine being in everyone. Is the prayer Vishvecha me deva indrascha me. Swami says, love all, serve all. That all is Vishvecha me deva. We serve the divine being in everyone. So I think it's a very, very nice mantra. Vishvecha me deva indrascha me. We will go to the next mantra. Prithvi chame, Prithvi chama indrascha me. Prithvi chama indrascha me. Prithvi chama indrascha me. So in this mantra, the thi, the second letter in Prithi, that's an aspirated consonant. It's the second letter in the tha varga, so it has to be aspirated. Prithi, okay. Prithivi chame indrachame. Again, the ma has Prithvi chama is ma has become ma because of Indra following that sandhi. Otherwise, it should be Prithvi chame is the individual mantra itself. Prithvi chame kalpata. Let's look at the meaning. The meaning of Prithvi is earth. Earth which sustains us. So we are asking that let the Prithvi, the earth on which we live, that which sustains us is beneficial. Prithvi chame kalpatam. So that's a prayer to Lord Rudra. We will look at a few excerpts. I have quite a few excerpts. So let's go through them, please, if it's okay. Who is great and who is good? One who finds divine quality in everyone is good. One who finds only human quality in the divine is great. Ravana considered Rama, the divine incarnation, as human. He saw only the human form and not the divinity embodied in the form. But Rama saw Narayana in all creatures. The mirror of Prithvi world, sorry, I don't know why this reflects the divine in every being. God has given the mirror of Prithvi to humanity to correct themselves and perceive the reflection of divine in all. But man keeps the mirror in front of another and sees his reflection alone. An innocent cowherd was sitting between two hillocks and played his flute and heard his own echo. He could not understand this and complained to his mother that another man was imitating his musical notes. His mother accompanied the boy next day and found the truth that it was only the echo of his own music that he heard. A very, very nice excerpt of Swami. We just covered Prithvi and Vishvedeva. Both are covered in this mantra. Swami is explaining how we should see the divinity in everyone. Vishvedevaha. Okay, Swami says, why Rama was divine? Because he saw Narayana in all creatures, including in Ravana. Whereas Ravana only saw a human person in Rama. He could not see divinity in Rama, and so he could not see divinity in anyone in this world. So if people see only humanity, they can, at the most, they can become great, mean powerful, and so on. But that will not make someone good. So Swami says, for us to be good, we should be able to see divinity in everything and everyone in this world. That is the secret of this mantra, Vishve Devaha. Then Swami goes on to talk about Prithvi. Prithvi, that is this world, the earth, is something like a mirror which God has granted us. And that is the purpose of Prithvi. It sustains us, but it's also a mirror which actually shows divinity in everyone. It helps us see the divinity in other people. But Swami says we are holding this mirror in front of other people and show them what their faults are. So we show the mirror to other people. That means we have an ability to analyze and understand things. Our mind itself is a mirror which looks at this world and sees only that which is bad, but it doesn't see what is good. So Swami says we are using all our faculties to find out the mistakes in other people so they can fix themselves. But we are forgetting that we are not seeing our reflection. Then Swami goes on to talk about this cowherd boy who went to the forest and was playing the flute, and he heard somebody else is playing. So he was upset that how can somebody else imitate? He couldn't find that person. So he complained to his mother, and the mother came and told him, look here, it is the echo of what you are playing, which is coming from the hill. The hills around, they are basically reflecting your own sound, your own. So Swami says all forms of competition, anger, jealousy, all that comes because we see in this world what is within us. So that's Prithvi. So the Prithvi not only sustains us, it also helps us grow and evolve. Yes, sister.
Brother, I'm just trying to understand a little more the first sentence again, the second sentence. Who is great and who is good? Why I'm trying to understand. Swami says for a reason. So one who finds divine quality is in everyone is good. Okay, but one who finds only human quality in divine. What is that means? Human quality in divine is great.
Yes.
It is
So thing
I
is,
connect that because when you find it divine quality, we always think it's great, right? Human quality in divine. What does that mean? The human quality in divine. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Swami, just to say, Swami always gave importance to good. He says Rama was good, Ravana was great. So human beings can become, what does great means? One who can achieve a lot of things in this world. Okay, so person who seeks out divine and then finds human aspects in it can become great. So you can ask what happened to Ravana. No, the thing is, Ravana did a lot of penance. Okay, he prayed to Shiva, but he was after a human boons. That means in this world he wanted to be successful, he wanted to be rich. Okay, so what he found God. You look for God, but then you ask for only what is of the world, what is of human nature. That way you can become great. See, only by seeking the help of God one can become great in this world. So you go to God and ask for human things, you find only human things, then you become great. But someone who goes to a human being, live divine, they will anyway see as divine. But they are also seeing divinity in everyone, in the human beings also. Such person is a good person.
Okay.
If we really want to become good, Swami's definition of we think we are good because we tell the truth, we love all, No, Swami says that is not good. To be good, you should be able to see divine qualities in other people.
Because
And,
I was thinking great is bigger than the
and
good.
that is a problem, because that is a human view.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
In
Now,
human view, we always aspire for greatness. That means we want to be better than somebody. We want to be the topmost. That is a human tendency. That is great. A good person doesn't want him to be greater than other people. The good person wants to be good. He doesn't want superiority.
okay, okay. Now I got the meaning. Thank you so much.
Okay, so that is actually a separate discussion. But so Vishve Devaha means see God in everyone. Okay, Vishve Deva means Vishvechame Deva Indrashame. So let our mind see divine in everyone in this world, and that will make us good. That is actual divinity itself. That's the explanation of Swami. Yes, Brother Kumar, please go.
Sai Ram, no, I thought this would be a great discussion tomorrow. That's what I was about to say.
Yes, sir. So it is very. So Swami has given importance to good. Swami always says, parents want their children to be great. But always aspire for your children to be good. That is the worthy endeavor for everyone in this world. Okay, Sai Ram. We'll go to look at the next excerpt. Next is Angavati Sadhana. In this discourse, Swami talks about various kinds of sadhanas which we can do. Angavati, Satyavati, Nidanavati, like that, But there's one prayer, so I have just taken that excerpt. Next is Angavati Sadhana. There are 5 elements: space, air, fire, water, and earth. The divine is present in each of these elements in a specific form. In Akasha, space, the divine is present in the form of sound as Om. Akasha is the base, and the form of Pranava, Om, issues forth from Akasha. Vayu, air, has the power to sustain life. This power is represented by hydrogen and oxygen in the atmosphere. Oxygen has this divine life-sustaining potency. The divine is thus present in air in the form of prana, life-giving breath. This is the matter of daily experience for everyone. When somebody faints, the people around him are cleared so that he may have more air and breathe more freely. This is the recognition of the presence of life energy in air. In fire, the divine is present as an alarm signaler. Even when the fire is mild, people are careful. Consciously or otherwise, when we have to deal with fire, we develop a sense of cautiousness. In 5 kinds of sadhana, water, the divine is present as prajna, constant integrated awareness. The scriptures declare prajnanam brahma. Integrated awareness is Brahman. This prajna arises out of water. When a person becomes unconscious, water is sprinkled on him to restore consciousness. The 5th element is Prithvi, earth. In the earth, Chaitanya, consciousness, is present. The potencies present in the 5 elements, Prajna Shakti, integrated awareness, Jagrata Shakti, the awakening or warning potency, Chetana Shakti, consciousness, Shabda Shakti, the potency of sound, and Jiva Shakti, life-sustaining potency, are all different forms of divine power. Those who are engaged in the Angavati sadhana regard the 5 elements as manifestations of the Paramatma Supreme and offer worship to them. So, it covers quite a few. Akasha, Vayu, we already looked at Vayu as Marutaha, and we also looked at Prithvi also. So those 2 are covered. Actually, a couple of others are covered later on. So why these 5 elements are important? Because they all embody certain energy, certain power, which is life-sustaining. And that is the foundation or the basis for this entire world. So that is, in that sense, they are all divine manifestations of Rudra in the form of power to sustain life on earth, to keep things functioning in this world. So that is the meaning of Prithvi. So Prithvi gives us that Chaitanya, Chit. We should not think Prithvi means earth, which is just without any life in that. That sentience, which is called Chit. That Chit itself is awareness. That awareness gives a certain ability or certain potency for everything. That is Chaitanya. So that is what is Prithvi represents, is what Swami says. We will. There are many more excerpts which I could have brought, but I thought this should be good enough. Okay, because we are all. I think just to in passing, I will mention that Swami says Prithvi is nothing but Parvati. Parvati is nothing but Prithvi, because she is born from the Parvata, but which is Prithvi. So Parvati is Prithvi, Swami says. Swami also says Partha, who is Arjuna, was called Partha because he is a son of Pritha, which is Kunti. But Swami also says Partha means one who is the son of the soil of Prithvi is also Partha. So Swami says everyone in this world is a Partha. We are all children of this Bhumata, this earth. So we all should treat ourselves as Arjuna, or even Ganesha, Swami says, is a Parvati Tanaya. The son of Parvati means we should be like Ganesha, endowed with Buddhi and Jnanam and so on. So, there were other excerpts which I didn't bring, but I thought I would just mention in passing. So Prithvi means Parvati herself, who is present in this world as earth, which sustains us in many ways. So we'll go to the next mantra. Antariksham Chama Indrashame. Actually, when you chant together, the A is become silent and Avagraha will be mentioned. Because I think Prithvi Chame Antariksham, okay, like that, that's the way it will go. So Antariksham is the mantra without Sandhi. Antariksham Chama Indrashame. There are no difficult sounds, just to make sure that Antariksha, that Sha is cerebral Sha. Antariksham Chame. Antariksham Chama Indrashame is the mantra. We look at the meaning of Antariksham. I think we have covered it in Chamakam also. Antariksham is basically something, a space between two things is Antariksham, is general meaning. There are many meanings for Antariksha. That which contains all the stars also is the meaning. So it is considered sky. The sky is the Antariksha. So we have already, Swami has mentioned about Akasha, is a sound. The property of sound is that of sky or space. That is what, that vibration is that which has created this world. Because that Om, or the sound, which is present in everything in this world, is the foundation of all creation. That is Akasha. So we are recognizing the space in which we live, occupy, So that sustains, that's also an energy. That's also power of manifestation of Rudra. We are hoping that the space in which a conducive atmosphere or space, Antariksha is also atmosphere, a conducive space in which we can live, that is God's grace, that its power is by itself. So we are asking, let that space be beneficial. Antariksham chame kalpatam. We are asking for a good space from the Lord. And the mind, Indrashchame, means the mind has to decide to go and stay in that conducive atmosphere. So Indrashchame, because even if the place is very nice, if the mind is agitated, that will not be of use. So that's the meaning. Sairam auntie.
Yes,
Can you
sir.
give some?
So why do we have an avagraha in front of Andrakshame?
No. See, Avagraha is the original one in the mantra, auntie, which actually replaces A.
Okay, you replaced it. Okay.
I have replaced the Avagraha with A. So
Okay.
that's what I'm just mentioning.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay, Saira. Okay, so we are saying, let this space in which we are, let it be beneficial to us. Let the mind also be in that space. Indraschame Kalpata. So the next mantra is Dhyaus Chame, Dhyaus Chama Indraschame. Dhyaus Chama Indraschama. Dhyaus Chama Indraschame. The first letter is Dhya. Okay, the third letter in the third varga, which is the, not aspirated. It's not the. Okay, it is the and ya. Ya is, that's the first letter. Dhyaus Chame. Okay. There are no other consonants which are complicated or aspirated, so it should be reasonably simple to pronounce. Dhyaus Chame, Dhyaus Chama Indras Chame, Dhyaus Chame Kalpata. Dhyauhu. Dhyauhu means heaven, Swarga. So we are asking for Swarga from the Lord. Okay. So we know people can think it is some other place where we have to go to. Swarga Loka means heaven. It's another geographical location. But actually, in this case, it is the Swarga energy around us should be good. Because we something nice happens, we think, oh, we are in heaven, we will say. Sometimes we eat something very sweet and we'll say it was heavenly. We listen to some good music and say it's heavenly. So that means we are experiencing heaven here also. So heaven is actually, there's no physical location. It is nothing but a mental experience where the mind dwells. That is Dhyahu. So we are asking, let that state of heavenliness, which is, let it be present to us, let it be granted to us. Dhyaus Kalpatam. So we are asking the Lord. We looked at Antariksham, which is the atmosphere, but within that we wanted to experience that heavenliness. So we pray to the Lord. So let that heavenliness be beneficial to us. Because heavenly, the enjoyment of anything is heaven only in this world. But we don't want sensory experiences, or enjoyments. We're asking for the enjoyments which are beneficial from the Lord. Dhyaus Chama Kalpata. The next mantra is Dishaschame, Dishaschama Indraschame. Dishaschama Indraschame. Dishaschama Indraschame. The ma, as mentioned before, because of Sandhi only, it's ma, otherwise it's me. So if you say Disascha me, if you separate it, it's Disascha me. And if you take Dishascha, as we have seen before, it's a Visarga because become her. So the simple mantra is Dishaha. Dishaha means directions. Dishaha is the plural of Dik. Dik means one. Dishaha means many. Many Diks are Dishaha. means all the directions. So we asking Lord Rudra for all the directions to be beneficial. Dishashchame kalpatam. Okay, from all directions, what we get should be beneficial. The reality is, in this world, wherever we exist, we are exposed to influences from all directions, whether home or work or just in this world. From many directions, there are influences coming and impacting all of us. That is why the directions are given very much importance in the Sanatana Dharma traditions. In any prayer, we will make sure that all the Digbalakas, people who protect the directions are first we worship them before we do any prayer. Because for when we do something, if their influence is bad, wrong influences coming, it will affect. I'm reminded of the story of Vishwamitra. He was a great rishi, but he wanted to perform a yajna, but he was getting always disturbance from various directions from Akshasa. So he had to come and ask Dasharatha for the help of Rama and Rama to guard all the directions so that he could perform the worship. So influences, bad influences from all directions should be made into something positive. So that is this prayer, Disachame Kalpatam. Okay, so they are taking cognizance, the rishis take cognizance of this. That is, they are acknowledging that your space may be good, Antariksha may be good, you may be able to experience a heaven, but suddenly some problem comes from outside, from some direction, it's a problem. So they are saying, let all the directions be beneficial to us. Let there be no problem coming from anywhere. This is Chame Kalpatam. We will, yes. So we will look at the next mantra. Murdha Chama Indraschame. Murdha Chama Indraschame. Murdha Chama Indraschame. In this mantra, this dha is an aspirated consonant. So pay attention to that. Murdha. Dha is the fourth letter in the tha varga. So it has to be aspirated. Okay. Murdha Chama Indraschame. The mantra which we are looking at, the mantra is Murdha. Murdha means the highest summit, the highest point. In an upward direction, Urdhva means, I think we have looked about that which rises up. So what we are asking is the Lord, let the directions be good, let the environment be conducive, but we want to experience the most elevated state. That's called elevated state, means the highest level of existence, the highest in everything. It can be feelings, it can be experience, it can be joy. We want to experience the highest, the pinnacle. So we are asking, let that pinnacle also be beneficial. Murdhachame kalpatam. Because ultimately the path of spirituality is to rise. But the higher we rise, it can be difficult also. Like, climbing the Mount Everest, the highest place, everyone likes to seek that highest place, but that can be the most dangerous, that can be the toughest, even difficult to even live. So we are praying that, Lord, let that be beneficial. Please grant me that highest state of existence in everything. So Murdha Chame Kalpatam is the prayer. So we have taken, if we have asked for all these energies, in our body also we have looked at, all the devatas which are present. But now we have gone to the highest point. The Prithvi is supporting, the Akasha is supporting, the environment is good, all things are good. We are experiencing heavenliness. And now that top, and we ourselves go, that itself should be beneficial to us. Please grant us that, is the prayer. Murdha Chama Kalpata. The next mantra is Prajapatis Chama Indraschame. Prajapatis Chama Indraschame. Prajapatis Chama Indraschame. The mantra is very simple. I would say there are no aspirated consonants or difficult consonants. So it should be easy to pronounce. Let's look at the meaning of Prajapatihi. Okay, because it's Prajapatihi Cha Me. Okay, so Prajapati is the mantra. If you look at Praja means usually citizens, people, whatever is in this world is Praja. Patihi is Lord, one who protects. Okay, Prajapati is one who protects. But if you take the word Praja, it comes from the word Ja. Ja is to be born. So Praja means whatever is born around this world, in many multiplication of this birth. So Praja means creation, procreation, expansion of the race, people giving birth. That instinct or that urge to procreate is called Prajapati Tattva principle. So the belief is not belief in the Puranas. They say Brahma initially created who are called Prajapati, like Daksha Prajapati, Kashyap Prajapati, like that. Many people were created by Brahma and told, please populate this world with beings. So everything, so that multiplication, procreation, which is that tendency in everyone, is called Prajapati Tattva. The Prajapati principle is the principle for creation itself. And that Prajapati principle is present in every one of us also. So that is what creates this need to find a partner, mate. All that instinct is very, very strong for every person who is created in this world. But the problem is, we have said Murdha. Prajapati is the lowest state of that energy, which because we are attached to the world, to creation and so on. So that is also cognized. Prajapatis Chame Kalpatam. Let that Prajapati instinct, the Lord of creatures, the Lord of procreation, also should be beneficial to us. So that is the prayer. The rishis are saying, yes, we have gone to the highest state, but this Prajapati principle can pull down everyone in this world. The human attraction can be problematic. So this is a prayer, let that be also beneficial. That means, please take care of that so that we are not pulled down on earth again. So Prajapatischame Kalpata. But we are also recognizing that itself is divinity. It is divinity which makes this world function and populates it. Okay, so we will look at a few excerpts, Swami. God is also known as Prajapati because he is the creator of the entire universe. So the original Prajapati is God himself because he is the one who created this world, who gave birth to everything in this world. So Rudra is recognized as Prajapati. Okay. So people who don't have children also will pray to Prajapati because then with his grace only you can give birth to children. So that's also another. The Prajapati, who is the divine inspirer of the Vedas, has two natures and names, two forms and features. The terrible known as Rudra and the tender known as Shiva. So Swami is saying the Prajapati is the one who has brought about Vedam itself. He has given birth to Vedas also. This Prajapati, who is the master of this universe, master of all creation, the Lord of all creation, he has two aspects and characteristics. One is Rudra, other one is Shiva. I think which we have looked at when we were discussing Tanu Raghora Papakashini, we had looked at Yate Rudra Shiva Tanu Raghora Papakashini. So there we had looked at these two aspects of the Ghora aspect and Aghora aspect of Rudra or Prajapati. So Swami says Prajapati is that God himself who gave birth to Vedas, not only human beings. So everything in this created world has been given birth by Prajapati, who is Rudra himself. He is also present in us. So even the aspect of creativity in anyone, in any form of world, is also Prajapati aspect only, because that's what creates. So you can say creativity itself is, because Ja means to be born. So we give birth to some idea, give birth to some art. All that is creativity is Prajapati. Sairam Aunty, Sakku.
Sairam,
Yes.
I just wanted to know why Rudra is explained as terrible.
Sairam Aunty. Okay, fine. I think we covered this as part of Rudra, meaning of Rudra, I think originally, but I will just recollect. I think you can go back, and when we did the introduction to Rudra, we must have discussed this. Rudra means when there is anything, any action to be done, there is an element of terribleness. You know, for example, if whether we walk, whether we eat, anything in this world, when there is activity going on, it can be very terrible. I don't know. When he is, when the terrible is a very wrong translation, I would say, of what Swami would have said. That means that which is unbearable. Okay, Ghora. So anything in this world, whether it's fire, it has certain principle of cooking. So when we use fire to cook, that means it's burning. If you put the vegetables or any food items, it'll cook. But the process of cooking is also burning. That is also an aspect of Rudra. That is also needed for this creation. For example, sun is there. The sunlight is also Ghora. When the noon, if you go out, it is very, very unbearable. I think unbearable is a better word. Okay, we may find it very rough. Rudra is the rough aspect of God, but that is also needed for existence, for life to go on. But the same person at different points in time can become very calm. Shiva is that calm person who will calm everything, make everything auspicious. So I think that way we equate Rudra to sun. Sun in the morning is very, very pleasant. You know, everyone goes about. But that is not enough for the world to run. So he will go up to the top and then it will become scorching hot. But that is also needed. The plant can make the food. Many things go on in this life because of that heat. That heat only keeps us warm also. But the same one, when it's in the evening, when the sun sets, that's again pleasant. And it also allows us to rest. So the Lord, Prajapati, does everything. He gives bad as well as good. You know, all the women know that when they are giving a child, that is the terrible, pain is terrible. But that's also part of the birthing process that God has created. But at the end of it, then a child is born, it is Shiva, it's all happiness, joy. So this world is full of this suffering and happiness. Swami will say there a duality of this world is that there's darkness and light, and there is pain and pleasure, there is good and bad. all are created by God, because through this, the duality and the interplay of these two, everything in this world functions, and it's the Lord who makes it happen. So that is recognized by the rishis. They don't say God is all good. He also gives problems. Why he gives problem is so that we can improve. Why he gives suffering is that we can improve. So that is the understanding of perception of the rishis, and they have mentioned it, and Swami is mentioning here also. So even when something bad is happening, something terrible is happening, we should accept it as divine prasadam, is what Swami is telling. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Saira.
Saira.
So another excerpt we'll go to. Hiranya Garbha, who is non-separate from the Supreme Brahman, Parabrahman, is the Prajapati, God presiding over creation. Hiranya Garbha, as Prajapati, wishes for progeny. He has traces of knowledge of the lower or world-related Brahman, Aparavidya, attached to him from past origins, which induce in him the wish. So Swami is saying Parabrahman, Brahma, which is none other than Rudra, is also Hiranya Garbha. It is this golden womb which gives birth to this entire universe. Hiranya Garbha means the womb of gold, which gives birth to this entire creation. This Hiranya Garbha, as Prajapati, Swami says, wishes for progeny, wishes for children. Okay. He has traces of knowledge of the lower or world-related Brahman, that is Aparavidya. So there's something, there's Paravidya, Aparavidya. Paravidya is the knowledge of others, that is divine, divinity, which is outside of this world. Whereas Aparavidya relates to this world. Okay. So because of our knowledge of this world, Swami says, attached to him, to that Parabrahman or Hiranyagarbha, from past origins, which induces him in this wish. So that means this wish for progeny is because of Aparavidya, the worldly knowledge. And so that is a manifestation of Hiranyagarbha, is what Swami says. So Prajapati relates to the lower Aparavidya. Okay, so that is the explanation Swami has given for Prajapati here. The Prajapati instinct is what makes us also be born again and again in this world. The need to be born and to procreate. To be born and to procreate, that is Prajapati instinct. That's what Swami says. That's all because of Aparavidya. One who takes Paravidya will liberate themselves from that. So you ask, the Prajapati of the Lord should release us so we can go to Hiranyagarbha. That's the belief. Okay, that's the prayer. We'll look at the next excerpt. Okay, this is the last one. Swami, this one of the New Year Yugadi at 1 year, Swami is giving a talk. This year is an indicator of time, according to the position of the sun. Time is but a series of days and nights, and these phases are caused by the sun. The rotation of the moon causes phases in fullness. The twin forces, the sun and the moon, are products of Prajapati. So time, which is marked out by the tropics, seasons, months, etc., is also of the same essence. Prajapati also has northern and southern cycles. The contemplation and worship of Prajapati in this universal aspect is referred to as spiritual wisdom, jnana itself. Those who are endowed with this spiritual wisdom and who have mastery over the senses as well as faith in the Vedas can easily convince themselves that they are the very Atma. Pursuing the northern path, Uttara Marga, they reach the spiritual stage known as the world of sun, Surya Loka. That world is the refuge of all living beings. Only those who worshipfully engage themselves in their daily duties without any desire for the fruits thereof can enter the world of the sun. So in this excerpt, Swami says Prajapati is the creator of time itself. Okay, as creator, he has created time. And how did he create this time? From an earth perspective, he has created the sun and he has created the moon. The interrelationship between the sun and the moon is what causes this world to have many things in this world. Swami says that interplay between sun and moon energies is what causes the different tropics, the seasons, the months. Everything happens because of this moon and sun interaction. Moon is nothing but the mind, which Swami has already mentioned, and sun is nothing but buddhi, Atman. So the interplay between them is needed for this creation to function and rotate, revolve. And Swami says we should contemplate on this. What's the moon aspect and what's the sun aspect? Because the moon goes through different phases. It waxes and wanes. Okay, but sun is ever effulgent, but sun also can go, because of the Earth's rotation, sun disappears and comes back. And the sun also moves Uttara Marga, Dakshina Marga, that is, goes northward or it goes south. All this happens because of Prajapati. And Swami says that recognizing what is the northward mark is possible only for those who worshipfully engage in their daily life, and they also give up the desire for the fruits. Through this process, they can take the path of northward and they can go to the sun. All that is described in this Prajapati mantra. That Prajapati is one is Murdha, the other one is Prajapati. So from Prajapati, we have to move to the Murdha state. And that's what Swami has nicely explained. One is the highest and one is the lowest. That's the lower world, higher world. Prajapati is the Aparavidya, Murdha is the Paravidya. Both exist in this world. And we should always move from the Prajapati to the Murdha. One is the base, foundation. The other one is the goal, final goal. Saira. Yes, Brother Kumar.
Brother Saira, the Antariksham, then you're right, heaven, sky heaven. That's what I was under impression that Dishastra, I think he's explaining the direction. Is he explain? I think Sai Baba is absolutely right. The north and south. Wow, I'm moved. The sun moves exactly like that. Honestly, in the spatial environment, sun goes north and south. The Dishastra, right? Am I pronouncing it correct?
Dishastra.
Yeah, the direction, is he talking about the 4 dimension, the 3 dimension, north, south, east, south, and the time dimension? I don't know. I'm just thinking,
Yeah.
maybe I'm thinking too much into science, but maybe, but because for me, Sai Baba is like a scientist to me. He's teaching me science also in this class. So I'm thinking, is he, because the last one which you read, wow, that's unbelievable. That this goes as of December 25th, whoever they ever must have enjoyed it. And because I was thinking the direction is he talking about, because he's using the waxing and waning of moon, and also earth rotation. He's talking about seasons. He's talking, I mean, he's just giving a solar system course there, class for students who are there with high, it's unbelievable. That's what I thought, whether he's talking about direction or not. Maybe I'm mistaking here, but because Baba is, I mean, he's the world itself, universe himself. So probably he must be thinking so deep. For us, it might be a little less. I'm overwhelmed here. Thank you.
The thing is, there are 10 directions which are recognized in the Sanatana tradition. So north, so north, northeast, east, southeast, south, southwest, west, northwest, and so those are 8 directions. Then above and below. So these are generally 10 directions which are recognized in Sanatana Dharma tradition. Yes, because the thing is, there's so much to look at in this world. If you say I don't know, only 10 directions, you can say infinite number of directions also. That is also sometimes covered. So, but the rishis, these are, as you can see, all these mantras are perceptions and realization of rishis. They look at the world, they look at themselves. This Chamakam is all about who am I, what is in me, what are my qualities, who is around me, what are the energies which are functioning in me, and what are the same energies up in the macrocosm also they are present. The microcosm also they are present. There is up, down, right, left, front, back. So all these directions, there is something happening. So they recognize this, but as you can see, we can look, they basically go from looking at different things, and at the end they go on to Murdha and Prajapati, the Para and Apara Vidya. So they are basically, you can see, zoom in and zoom out. That way also you can see, because as one small human being we are in this world, we are looking at this world and it's so vast, expansive, and we can't take everything. So that's why, we'll go to Vishwam. It covers everything. That's why Vishvedeva means everything, every person, the number of directions is infinite. But this human nature to look at everything and experience divinity. Different people may be focused on something. Some people may be focused on Prajapati, some people will be focused on Murdha. But this Chamakam, this Anvaka basically gives you the entire world, creation, the sun, the moon, how we all functioning. They are amazed at, how this has given, uh, given so much in this world, and, they're baffled, they are perplexed, and they have this reverence for God who has created this world. The rishis are also scientists, but they do not ignore the spirit and not only the world. That's the only difference. Swami says the world science is only half circle. A spiritual scientist has a full circle because he covers the para also. The apara is what the worldly sciences looks at, but you can see, feel, experience. But the inner dimension is covered by the spiritual scientists. So Swami says the rishis were full scientists. They looked at the spirit as well as the world, inner as well as outer. That's my understanding. Yes, Brother Dasan.
Saram, brother, if I'm wrong, or please correct me. The Swami take the lingam in Sivaratri day. So that meaning of that one is a Hiranya Karpa. The creation, when you search where the creation started, and when you go and find out, eventually you will see it created from the Hiranya Karpa. And is there anywhere Swami explained that discourse anywhere about the purpose of showing the lingam?
Okay, thank you very much, brother. See, everything Swami did was to teach. Okay, there are enough discourses on lingam, Hiranyagarbha lingam, and so on. Swami has talked about this, brother. The whole manifestation of Shivalingam, taking Shivalingam out, many people think it's a gimmick. He is trying to impress that he can bring out lingam and all that. Did he swallow the lingam and bring it back? These are the common man. He plays. The Lord has this leela of tricking the world. But the thing is, just after that, he will teach what that is. What he says is, all of us have the Shiva in us. The Shiva has to be consolidated and expressed outward. That's what Shivalingam means. We have divinity, we have to crystallize it. And once you crystallize it in you, it will come out of you. So the same with the Hiranya Garbha. The Hiranya Garbha is this original creator. A spark of him is in us also, spread out in our body. Swami says by cultivating that and by crystallizing that, that Hiranya Garbha can be realized and it can be brought out. So this is like, in a demonstration of an exalted truth. People can ask all sorts of questions, why should he go through this pain? But the thing is, when, now you're asking the question means this act of Swami has now put a question mark. What is this? So that can become a very visceral thing. You may never forget. Because Swami at times has said, anyone who has seen the lingam emerge will not have birth. So many people think, oh, I went to Shivaratri, I saw Swami take out the lingam. That is not seeing the lingam. That means to know that you had to bring out your divinity. If you get to that point of growing it, cultivating it, crystallizing divinity within us, and be able to bring it out, then we are one with that Hiranyagarbha. To do that, one has to be in sync with the Hiranyagarbha, which is what Swami is talking about. Hiranya means anything which is, all that is pure is golden in color. All that which purifies is also golden in color. So in that sense, gold which is malleable, which is pure, it emits light, reflects light in such a way, it has a purificator in nature. So that's why the fire, sun, gold, all these are given important because they're all beneficial. Fire is beneficial, sun is beneficial. So gold is also supposed to be beneficial because it energizes our body in certain ways. That's why golden ornaments were worn by people. So the gold, Hiranyagarbha, resides in us, and all sadhana is to grow that, crystallize it, and bring it out, express it. And this is my understanding, brother. There are enough
Thank you, brother.
discourses Swami has given on this. Sai Ram.
Brother, just to add to it, brother, I just, Swami has shown everything in how to practice, right? So to crystallize within us, the divinity within us, we have to go through the pain. That's what he is trying to demonstrate over there. That's how I will look at it. Thank you, Sarah. That he's not going through pain, but he wants to show.
Yes, surprisingly, YouTube is also a guru. Today, I don't know, out of the blue, YouTube suggested something which I watched. This is Islamic scholar talking about why did Prophet Muhammad die a painful death. That's the story. Prophet Muhammad died a painful death. And he's saying at the last moment when he was so much in pain, apparently there was a smile on his face. So that means in the ultimate state, it's painful. If you look at Jesus, he was crucified. If Krishna was, his an arrow pierced his toe. So pain is an integral part of this world. But even this physical pain, they transcended through that smile. So pain is natural for birth. Pain is natural for death. That is the ghora. That is the terrible. But within that, there is Shiva. So actually, there's so much meaning embedded. It is just, if somebody just visualizes that, contemplates on it, meditates on it, it reveals so much of life itself, our life experiences. When we go through pain, why we take it away, we don't want it. But one who knows, one who has in touch with the Lord will say this is also part of life. We'll take it with a smile. That is also a part of natural process in this world. That aspect comes through. So there are, as you rightly said, there are many things which Swami demonstrates. with a practical, experiment, if you want to put it like a teacher demonstrating something. But once you take it and you contemplate on it, it has a impact on one in facing life in many different ways. Actually, there is Swami bring out Lingam is it captures his entire philosophy. Entire philosophy. He doesn't have to do anything. If we can, every spiritual truth is it's inside that act of bringing out the Lingam. Okay, Sairam. It's 10:14. I had thought, the class may be short, so I will tackle the next Anuvaka also. Maybe there's not too much time. I will just go through at least some introduction. The next Anuvaka is also very interesting one. It talks about all the ingredients of the inner yajna. Okay, inner yajna. How it's made and what are the ingredients? We are asking, praying to Rudra to grant us that, so that we can perform the inner yajna. This Chamakam is all about you request so many things from the Lord to perform yajna. When we go further down, we will know everything about yajna. That means you offer to the Lord. So that is the prayer. So that's seventh Anuvaka. Okay, we are asking so that, see, we already looked at all the energies in the outside world as well as inside us. Now we are saying, okay, with this we are going to do yajna, and how do we? Actually, sometimes you can see all the ingredients for inner yajna is derived from all these powers. Whoever we worshipped, we want this deity to come, and they are the ones who give us the resources to do the inner yajna. We will look at it in the next Anuvaka. I will just, now that we have started, we'll just read and we'll continue. I will again repeat these at the next class also. But we will just, I don't know whether we should do that. Maybe I will just put there. So I will just read the mantras. Maybe the discussions we will continue at the next class. Maybe I will pause here. If there are any questions, maybe related to the sixth Anuvaka, we can deal with. Otherwise, I will continue.
Brother, I have an announcement also, brother. When you are done, I will.
Okay, when I am done, I will ask you.
Thank you.
So, Chamakam Saptamonuvaka. Chamaka Saptama Anuvaka. Saptaha means seventh Anuvaka. Chamakam Saptamonuvaka. The first mantra is Agum Suschame. Agum Suschame. Actually, the Gum is because of chanting in Yajush mantras. That's in certain situations the Anuswara becomes Gum. But if you remove that Gum, the original sound is Suchame. 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 It's no difficult consonants. Shuhu cha me kalpatam. Shuhu me cha. Shuhu is the mantra itself. Shuhu is there's one meaning. It comes from the word amsha. Amsha means it's a part. Okay, but Amshu is considered a part of sun. The light which comes from the sun is Amsha. It's also there's another meaning, Soma juice. Soma, we looked at what is Soma, which is moon. The juice is also offered in the yajna. The Soma juice is also called, a part of that Soma juice is also called Amsha. They say even the vessel which is used to offer the offerings, that is also called Amshu. So the word Amshu has multiple meanings. So we are asking Lord Rudra to give all this. Okay, a part of the sun. See, Amsha juice means if there's a plant, the juice is actually come from the sun. Because the plant grows because of sunlight. And the juice which we squeeze is actually the essence of sunlight prepared by the plant. So that meaning also is there. So there are the many levels of meaning of Amshu. The next mantra is Rashmischame. Rashmischame. Rashmihi means it's a ray of light. Adabhyaschame. Adabhya means which is pure. Adabhya, which is not, which can be broken, which cannot be destroyed. That kind of meaning also is there. So I will stop here. It's 10:18. And maybe because we will, when everyone is fresh, there's so much we have already discussed, I think enough to contemplate. So we will take up the seventh Anuvaka in the next class. So I will pause, stop here, Sister Saira. Om Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Sairam, everyone.